Coach, why are events like this important? These fans spend a lot of time, a lot of money coming out to see you in Clemson or coming to see a road game. Why is it important for you guys to
I think it's a great opportunity for Dabo, Monty, and I to just get back and really thank the fans for all their support throughout the years. You know, it's fun for us. We get to interact a little bit more personally. I think we enjoy that. I think people get to see us in a little bit of a different atmosphere, a little bit of a laid-back atmosphere. I think we enjoy that. So I think it's just a good time for all. And, certainly glad to do several of these each year.
You got a nice grad transfer the other day. What do people need to know about the newest member of the Tigers?
Yeah, Mark's going to be a good player for us. He's kind of a rare combination. He's a physical guy, big and strong, but he can shoot threes. So he's a little bit different than Elijah, which we think is good. We like to have different types of players, and we haven't had a guy that's really shot threes from the 5 spot. He comes from a winning program, which I think is important, and he's an older player, something we needed. We needed another older guy, especially in the front court for depth, and so we're really excited. He was a highly sought after 5th-year player this year, and he'll be a good player for us.
When you're meeting fans in this kind of environment, what's the toughest question you often get, and is there a funny one that you can maybe share on camera from so far this year?
No, not really. I think the hardest question for us certainly has just been, we want to make the NCAA tournament, and we came a game or two short. I think we played really well throughout most of the season. I thought we played better than our record in the ACC. We certainly had a very good non-conference record with 3-0 against the SEC. We played really well. We just got in a thing where we lost a bunch of close games, and it was hard for us. I thought our guys continued to fight, and I was proud of the way they fought. But it certainly was a little bit frustrating and left a bad taste in our mouth that we didn't get all the way we wanted to.
Brad, have you started the process of bringing in a new coach yet, and where are you at with
No, I have not. We're going to give some time to that. Really, this has been April was a tremendous recruiting month for us, and so really getting the 5th-year guy in Mark was really the highest priority. I thought we did a great job. Staff did a great job on that. Finishing up with our guys, we had really good spring workouts and finals. Guys have been getting into the last couple weeks of school, so that's been big. We'll start to look at the staff stuff here in May.
Will that get done mid-May, end of May?
I don't know. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to see how some things play out. I certainly have some interest with a lot of good people, but everybody kind of knows that I told them don't expect any phone calls until we get back and get settled. Still busy with Prowl and Growls and things of that nature, but once our guys kind of get done with finals this week, I'll start to take a step back and then start to think about staff.
So you've had people reach out to you, though?
Oh, yeah, we've had plenty of guys reach out. I think there's always interest in being a part of Clemson. It's a great place, coaching in the ACC, and I think people see that we have a chance to have a good team.
Obviously, Brownell just got his combine invite. Can you talk to him at all? What's he up to?
Yeah, he's out in Las Vegas training, doing well. I think he's really excited, as he should be. But it's a really kind of time of uncertainty for guys in that position. He's going to get more, tryouts with individual teams, which I think will be really important, as well as he's playing the combine where guys will analyze, probably overanalyze a little bit, strengths and weaknesses. But he's well prepared. Having been through it, we're confident that he'll play well, and hopefully good things happen for him.
For Grantham, did it surprise you a little bit to see him want to try to test
No, not at all. In fact, we encourage it. I think it's really good. To be honest with you, it keeps guys motivated, and he's been highly motivated in April. He's been in the gym as much or more now than he ever has in terms of off-season stuff. I think it's exciting for him to. We knew he probably wouldn't get invited to the combine, but he's going to be invited to several pro teams, and he's going to pick a couple pro teams to go to and just work out and kind of get the feel of what that's like. One of the things people forget, Dante has great size and great ball handling skill set for that level. In terms of physical tools, in terms of just size and length and some of those things, he has advantages over Jerron. And so people see that, and he needs to continue to develop as a player. Certainly, I think we all wished he'd done a little bit better as a junior, but I think Jerron leaving will be better for Dante. I think it will give him a chance to emerge, do more things. As a senior, he's one of those guys that I think will take even more ownership. He's never going to be the scorer that Jerron was. That's not how Dante's wired. He's not a 20-point scorer or anything like that, but he's a very good player. He's a guy who can dribble, pass, and shoot, and I think he'll have a really big senior year.
What's the temperament of the team?
It's good. I think our guys are excited. I think we feel good about our team, our chances next year. Shelton Mitchell's had to have surgery, so he hasn't been out there, so that's been a little frustrating, but we've had to deal with that all year with him, so we just need to get him healthy. But our guys are excited about what's ahead. I think we feel good about the guys that did, a lot of young guys that played, and I think some guys are excited about becoming older and having an opportunity to have a big role in the team.
With the way things ended, have you found the recruiting trail any more difficult or
not really? More? It's been good. I think certainly some of that is evidenced by our addition of Mark Brownell. He was very highly sought after. He took 3 visits, but he had plenty of other schools that really, wanted him. So no, we haven't had any issues with any of that. I think guys are still very interested in Clemson, the ACC, and what we're doing.
How about the whole transfer phenomenon? It seems to be just a part of daily life now.
Yeah, it really is. It's been part of college basketball for several years now. It's not going to change. It's part of high school basketball. It's part of AAU basketball. Everybody is kind of moving more frequently. Sometimes it's good. I think there are times when guys need to go to new situations, and maybe it's a new coach or maybe it's just a fresh start. I think that can be a really good thing. Other times I do think there are kids that aren't maybe waiting and being patient and allowing things to develop, and so that's just not in the cards as much anymore, and you're seeing that's why kids are leaving in high school and going to different places. That part gets a little frustrating because when you're signing as many players as we sign, there's going to be competition at positions, and if you don't want to stay and fight, you just want to leave, then it's a little disappointing, but I think that's become a little bit more of what's happening in college basketball.
Obviously the freshmen aren't on campus yet, but what do they bring to the table and how can they help you next year?
I think number one, just a general level of enthusiasm that'll be exciting for our older players, to have younger guys, that just so many of them that are going to want to be coached, that are going to want to learn, that are going to be excited about first time in college and some of the good and the bad that comes with that. Amir and Malik are both guys with size at 6'8". Amir's probably a little more ready because of his weight and physicality than Malik, but Malik is a skilled guy. Both guys can make three-point shots, so we really like their skill level. Clyde is a tremendous athlete. We'll have to get used to the pace and the motor and the defense at this level, and it was really good to have AJ Oliver with us for part of the semester really, and I think he is getting stronger, which he needs, but he's proven that he can shoot the ball, and so we really like all 4 guys. I think they're got a chance to be good players.
You can only do so much from a leadership standpoint. Who do you see that can step up in that leadership?
Well, I think there's, certainly I think Dante and Gabe DeVoe are 2 guys, along with Shelton Mitchell. Those would be the 3 that I think stick out the most. Number 1, just experience. Number 2 is I think they're all good players, and I think they're hungry to kind of take a bigger role. I think a little bit with some of the seniors we had last year, specifically Jerron, just because of his personality and makeup. Some other guys kind of had to kind of be in the back a little bit. And I think they'll be excited about a little bit of a bigger role, both on the court and just as a voice in the locker room. And I think it'll be easier for those guys too, because we have the new freshmen coming in. I think we really have a chance to have a great locker room and have a situation where our guys are really excited about everything that's happening. So I think it's going to be a fun, different year.
Let's go.
Okay, thank you.